November 29th, 2022. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner O'Grady.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, is there a motion to approve the minutes from the November 22nd, 2022 general session?
Move the approval of the minutes.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my, it's not updating. I don't know why it doesn't do that, but okay. First up, Clerk of Courts.
Resolution number 88422. Resolution authorizing a contract for consulting services with TMH Solutions Incorporated to continue supporting the implementation of the new court case management system in the amount of $2,363,840.
We have someone here.
Is there someone here from the
There.
Clerk of?
Yes.
Yes. Hi, good morning, Commissioners. My name is April Hughes. I'm here on behalf of Clerk of Courts Mary Ellen O'Shaughnessy and the E-Governance Board. With me today is Bill Seeloff, the Administrative Magistrate, Legal Director of the Court of Common Pleas, Division of Domestic Relations and Juvenile Branch. This resolution is for a contract with TMH Solutions, LLC, for two project managers to continue overseeing the implementation of the new court case management system. The term of this contract is 36 months and the amount not to exceed $2,363,840. TMH Solutions is a locally based small and emerging business that has had project managers in both the Board of Elections and the Office on Aging. Pending any questions, I request approval of this resolution.
Sorry.
All right, good to see you, April.
Good to see you too.
If there are no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 88422.
Second.
Moved and seconded and voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 88422 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is the engineer. We have a public hearing for the resolution 885-22. Can the clerk please read the public hearing?
Plans approved for the improvement of Norton Road, County Road number 3, and Crop Road, Grove City Road, County Road number 35, Pleasant Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to open the public hearing for this resolution. Is there anyone here who'd like to speak in this public hearing? Okay, seeing that there are none, I'd like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 88522. Plans approved for the improvement of Norton Road, County Road number 3, and Crop Road, Grove City Road, County Road number 35, Pleasant Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
My name is Cornell Robertson, Franklin County Engineer. This capital improvement project is in the southwest part of the county in Pleasant Township at the intersection of Norton Road, Crop Road, and Grove City Road. This project will replace the existing two-way stop-controlled intersection with a single-lane roundabout. Funding for this project comes from federal safety funding through the Ohio Department of Transportation, Ohio Public Works Commission, and road and bridge funds from your friendly Franklin County Engineer. With this resolution, I'm asking you to approve and sign the plans, and that will allow us to schedule construction in 2023. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 88522.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 88522 has been adopted.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Love the beard, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Looks good. Next is animal control.
Resolution number 88622. Resolution authorizing a contract with Pet Health Services USA Incorporated for the implementation of a new case management system in the amount of $109,500.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Kate Persinger. I'm the Director with Franklin County Animal Care and Control, and I am presenting to you this morning approval for a project that will migrate Animal Control's current shelter management solution to the new pet health shelter management system, which will allow Animal Control to move to a more modern SaaS solution that provides improved functionality, offsite adoptions, and increased reporting. Pending no further questions, I respectfully seek approval for this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 88622.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 88622 has been adopted.
Thank you. Next is child support enforcement.
Resolution number 88722. Resolution authorizing Franklin County Child Support Enforcement Agency to accept a funding award from the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services Office of Child Support to implement the Ohio Safe Access for Victims Economic Security demonstration in the amount of $375,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Susan Brown, Director representing the Child Support Enforcement Agency. This resolution requests approval for acceptance of funds in the amount not to exceed $375,000 from the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services Office of Child Support for the implementation of Safe Access for Victims Economic Security Program, or the SAVES grant. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services awarded grants totaling $11.2 million to states and tribal governments for the implementation of comprehensive domestic violence programming to assist survivors who need help in safely accessing child support services. The Ohio Department of Job and Family Services Office of Child Support was one of 13 state programs selected to participate in the SAVES program, and the Franklin County CSEA was one of 2 counties selected for the subgrant award to participate in the implementation of the program. The purpose of the program is to map current administrative and judicial child support policies and practices to identify areas of improvement and triggers of domestic violence, to increase local and statewide partnerships, provide opportunity to those with lived experiences to have input on improved screening tools, policies, and implementation of responsive practices, provide increased DV training for staff, including mediation and conflict management skills, and to implement best practice case management to assist residents in safely establishing or managing their child support order. These practices will be disseminated by the grant sites throughout the state and nation. Safe access to child support services helps parents and their children build economic security and connects to the Rise Together Blueprint goal number 12, increasing the number of children in safe and stable homes and environments, and goal number 13, strengthening partnerships with parents to increase support for young people. The CSEA is asking for authorization to accept the funding from the State Office of Child Support for the implementation of the program, that Franklin County CSEA be authorized to accept these grant funds in the amount not to exceed $375,000 for the implementation of the program for the grant period of September 1st, 2022 through August 31st, 2027. That the county administrator be authorized pursuant to section 30530 of the revised code to take all actions, including the execution of all documents or amendments upon approval of the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office. And that Director Brown be responsible for submitting subgrant adjustments, quarterly financial reports, and all other grant-related documentation and reports as required by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services, and the Office of Child Support to ensure award compliance. Pending any questions, I request approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 88722.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 88722 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good day. Next is
Have a
economic
great-
development and planning.
Resolution number 88822, review of petition to annex .47 acres more or less from Franklin Township to the City of Columbus, case number ANX-34-22.
Good morning, Commissioners. Director James Schimmer from Economic Development and Planning. We have a number of annexations to take you through this morning. I'm going to do that. This is a resolution to consider an expedited 2 annexation of 0.47 acres, more or less, from Franklin Township to the city of Columbus. The petition case number is ANX 34-22. The owners of the property are the Green Lawn Cemetery, and the agent is Jill S. Tangeman, Esquire. The site is located at 766 Green Lawn Avenue, and the additional information is that the total perimeter of the site is approximately 671 feet, approximately 436 feet, or 65% of which is contiguous to the city of Columbus. The applicant, commissioners, has met all statutory requirements outlined in section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code. The applicant has provided proof of notification and a timeline, and has provided an ordinance from the city of Columbus identifying the services that will be provided once the annexation is completed and approved. There is once the annexation has been approved, in the statement regarding possible incompatible land uses and the zoning buffer, ordinance number 2935-2022 was passed by the city of Columbus on November 7th, 2022. Pending any questions, commissioners, I am asking your request for approval of this annexation this morning.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 888-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 888-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 889-22, review of petition to annex .59 acres more or less from Mifflin Township to the city of Columbus, case number ANX-35-22.
Commissioners, this resolution is to consider an expedited 2 annexation of 0.59 acres more or less from Mifflin Township to the city of Columbus. The petition case number is ANX 3522. The owners are KIP Columbus Foundation. The agent is Jill S. Tangeman, Esquire. Site's located at 2588 Egler Road. The total perimeter of the site is approximately 795 feet, 100% of which is contiguous to the city of Columbus. Commissioners, the applicant has met all statutory requirements outlined in 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code. The applicant has provided proof of notification, and timeline has been provided, and has provided an ordinance from the city of Columbus identifying the services that will be provided once the annexation has been approved, and a statement regarding possible incompatible land uses and a zoning buffer. Ordinance number 2933-2022 was passed by the city of Columbus on November 7th, 2022. Pending any questions, I would request your approval of this annexation this morning.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 889-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 889-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 890-22, review of petition to annex 37.45 acres more or less from Hamilton Township to the city of Columbus, case number ANX-36-22.
Commissioners, this resolution is to consider an expedited 2 annexation, or 37.45 acres more or less from Hamilton Township to the city of Columbus. The petition case number is ANX 36-22. The owners are DRCS Rail Site 8, DRCS Rail Site 8 LLC. The agent is Jill S. Tangeman, Esquire. The site is located at 1200 Boss Road. The total perimeter of the site is approximately 5,361 feet, approximately 639 feet, or 11.9%, is contiguous to the city of Columbus. Commissioners, the applicant has met all statutory requirements outlined in section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code. The applicant has provided a proof of notification and timeline, and has provided an ordinance from the city of Columbus identifying the services that will be provided once the annexation has been approved, and a statement regarding possible incompatible land uses and zoning buffers has been moved forward. Ordinance number 2939, 2022 was passed by the City of Columbus on November 7th, 2022. Regarding any questions, I would ask that you approve this resolution this morning.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 89022.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 89022 has been adopted. Resolution number 89122, resolution to adjust the boundaries of Montgomery Township, thereby making them conform to the boundaries of the City of Columbus, case number ANX-38-22.
Commissioners, this is a resolution to consider a boundary change from Montgomery Township to the City of Columbus. The resolution will allow for the adjustment of boundaries of Montgomery Township, thereby making them conform with the boundaries of the City of Columbus in an area of Plain Township previously annexed to the city. The petitioning municipality is the City of Columbus. The site is actually 4.8 acres more or less annexed from Plain Township to the City of Columbus. The city accepted an expedited one annexation petition on May 2nd, 2022 by ordinance number 1062-2022. The City of Columbus and Plain Township entered into an annexation agreement dated February 26th of 2008. Under the terms of that annexation agreement, the area annexed by ordinance number 1062-2022 must be conformed, so that territory annexed to the City of Columbus from Plain Township is transferred to Montgomery Township. The City of Columbus ordinance number 1062-2022 authorized the submission of a petition to the Board of County Commissioners of Franklin County, Ohio, requesting that the boundary lines of Montgomery Township be changed to make them conform to the corporate limits of the City of Columbus in the area identified in the ordinance. The petition has been filed in accordance with Section 503.07 of the Ohio Revised Code, and the Ohio Revised Code requires the board to grant this petition. ORC 50307 states in part that the board, on presentation of such a petition with the proceedings of the legislative authority authenticated at a regular or adjourned session, shall, upon the petition of a city, change the boundaries of the township. Therefore, it's my recommendation for you this morning, if you have any questions, to approve this request.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 89122.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 89122 has been adopted. Resolution number 89222, resolution to adjust the boundaries of Montgomery Township, thereby making them conform to the boundaries of the City of Columbus, case number ANX-39-22.
Commissioners, this is a resolution to consider a boundary change for Montgomery Township to the City of Columbus. The resolution will allow for the adjustment of boundaries of Montgomery Township, thereby making them conform to the boundaries of the City of Columbus in an area of Blendon Township, previously annexed to the city. The petitioning municipality is the City of Columbus. The site area consists of 0.805 acres, more or less, annexed from Blendon Township to the City of Columbus. By way of background, the City of Columbus accepted and expedited one annexation petition on June 27th, 2022 by ordinance number 1602-2022. The City of Columbus and Blendon Township entered into an annexation agreement on June 22nd, 2021. Under the terms of the annexation agreement, the area annexed by ordinance number 1602-2022 must be conformed so that the territory annexed to the City of Columbus from Blendon Township is transferred to Montgomery Township. City of Columbus passed ordinance 1602-2022, which authorized the submission of a petition to the Board of County Commissioners of Franklin County requesting that the boundary lines of Montgomery Township be changed to make them conform to the corporate limits of the City of Columbus in the area identified in the ordinance. The petition has been filed in accordance with Section 503.07 of the Ohio Revised Code. That ordinance states that the board, on presentation of such a petition, with the proceedings of the legislative authority authenticated at a regular or adjourned session shall, upon the petition of a city, change the boundaries of the township. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval of this request.
Well, 1 second, Director.
Which one is that for?
892? Oh, okay. 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 I move approval of resolution, if there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 892-22.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 892-22 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Next is Jobs and Family Services.
Resolution number 893-22, resolution approving a subaward agreement with Partners Achieving Community Transformation for a Workforce Training Program in the amount of $254,234.23.
Good morning, Commissioners. Vivian Turner, Chief Administrator for Job and Family Services. In partnership with the Ohio State University College of Nursing, PAC will offer the Community Health Worker Training Program, which recruits individuals with a high school diploma or GED equivalent to prepare them for employment and additional training in the healthcare industry. The CHW training program is a 14-week program that includes 104 hours of virtual and in-person classroom instruction, followed by 130 hours of instruction or practicum in the community. Participants who successfully complete the required class and clinical hours are eligible to earn a certification as a community health worker from the Ohio Board of Nursing. Over the last period, 55 students completed the program, with over 50% placed in employment earning wages of at least $21 an hour. Over the next contract period, PAC plans to enroll another 75 students, and this resolution supports goal number 3 of the Rise Together Blueprint. Pending any questions, we request your approval.
If there are, no, oh, I'm sorry. I move to table resolution 893-22 until, do we need to do it until next week? Until December 6th.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 893-22 has been tabled until December 6th. Resolution number 894-22, resolution approving a contract with the Franklin County Probate Court for adult guardianship services in the amount of $245,000.
Commissioners, the Ohio Revised Code designates county departments of Job and Family Services responsible for providing protective services for elderly adults who have been abused, neglected, or exploited. As you know, our agency is also responsible for administering the Title 20 Block Grant funds locally via contracting for necessary services. This includes working with the Probate Court and the Public Guardianship Board to fund other protective services for elderly adults who require court-appointed guardians. Excuse me. The board serves adults ages 60 and up who are referred to the court for adult protective services by the Franklin County Office on Aging. The court-appointed social workers will provide direct assistance or make arrangements when necessary to ensure approximately 50 APS-referred seniors receive the services they need and are treated with the respect and dignity they deserve. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 894-22.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce. Resolution number 894-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 895-22, Resolution approving a subaward agreement with the National Center for Urban Solutions for programming to engage fathers in early childhood education in the amount of $170,000.
Commissioners, we are continuing partnering with the National Center for Urban Solutions to provide education on the importance of fathers being engaged in selecting quality child care centers and the positive effects fatherhood can have on a child's education. This outreach program, known as the Calling All Dads Initiative, provides opportunities for fathers to engage in promoting the importance of early childhood education and the significance of star-rated child care providers. Over the last award period, NCUS engaged over 200 fathers who signed their Proud Dad Pledge, provided resource information on early childhood education, conducted outreach to child care centers, and participated in the father-focused community events, such as last week's Cooking with Dads event that was held at the Convention Center. Over the next year, NCUS will continue to conduct outreach to child care centers, provide fathers with educational learning tools, and host community conversations on the importance of early childhood education. The agency plans to enroll 200 dads during this award period. This resolution also aligns with goal number 11 of the Rise Together Blueprint. And pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 895-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 895-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 896-22. Resolution approving subaward agreements with Goodwill Industries of Central Ohio Incorporated and Jewish Family Services to provide resources to child support obligors.
Our last resolution, Commissioners, supports the Catalyst and Compass programs. For the past 8 years, we have partnered with our Child Support and Enforcement Agency through these programs. The Catalyst program targets unemployed obligors who have received a new child care support order, while the Compass program provides obligors facing civil contempt charges for failure to meet payments with intervention services in lieu of jail time. Both programs, which are administered by Goodwill and Jewish Family Services, provide individualized career planning and vocational training in addition to job search, placement, and retention services. During the last award period, the community partners served over 30 residents. Under this new agreement, the partners will continue to provide work preparedness training, barrier removal services, and job placement assistance for no less than 60 child support obligors. These services align with goal number 4 of your Rise Together Blueprint. And pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 896-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 896-22 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Next is Justice Policy and Programs.
Resolution number 897-22. Resolution authorizing 2 professional service contract agreements with Khadijah Walker and Amanda Clark for peer support and case management services for justice-involved residents served via the Franklin County Rapid Resource Center in the amount of $80,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Melissa Pearson with the Franklin County Office of Justice Policy and Programs. Professional service contracts with Ms. Walker and Ms. Clark will support the County Commissioner's vision of having a Rapid Resource Center operating 24/7 at both the Jackson Pike and Fisher Road facilities. Both individuals have a solid history of working within the reentry discipline and have agreed to provide reentry navigation services during non-traditional hours, including third shift and over the weekends. Both will provide reentry navigation services for individuals just released from jail, including case management, transportation assistance, harm reduction education, including distribution of Narcan kits, treatment linkage, and respite housing where appropriate. Funding to support both contracts are from an FY 2020 COSAP and an FY 22 Centers for Disease Control grant, respectively. This resolution aligns with goal number 8 of the Rise Together Blueprint, which intends to improve the physical mental and behavioral health of individuals through increased access to care. Pending any questions, I would respectfully ask for your approval of these two professional services contracts.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 89722.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 89722 has been adopted.
Thanks, Commissioners.
I'm sorry, next is Public Facilities Management.
Resolution number 89822. Resolution authorizing a contract with R&S Hawley and Company Incorporated doing business as Darby Creek Nursery and Landscaping to provide snow removal services at designated Franklin County facilities in the amount of $250,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Darla Reardon, Director, Public Facilities Management. Public Facilities Management is responsible for the facility and property needs of the various agencies and offices of Franklin County, and as such, a request for proposal was issued to solicit proposals for snow removal services. 2 proposals were received. This resolution authorizes a contract with R&S Haley and Company, Inc., doing business as Darby Creek Nursery and Landscaping to provide snow removal services at designated Franklin County facilities as needed. The term of the contract is for a 1-year period with 4 optional 1-year extension periods, and it is a not to exceed contract. Pending any questions, PFM respectfully requests your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 89822.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 89822 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Purchasing.
Resolution number 89922. Resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $5,484,561.57.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Balanier, Director of Purchasing. Joining me is D'Amica Withers, Chief Economic Equity and Inclusion Officer in the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Commissioners, we have for your consideration this week the final purchase order resolution of 2022. Agencies will be using these POs to make final payments anticipated prior to the end of this fiscal year. This resolution requests your approval of 202 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding.
Commissioners, good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. 12 of these purchase orders will be presented to 1 disadvantaged business enterprise, 1 local economically disadvantaged business enterprise, 3 minority business enterprises, 1 small and emerging business enterprise, and 6 women business enterprises, totaling $190,866.30. The following agencies have provided equitable and inclusion opportunities to small businesses: the Court of Common Pleas, Emergency Management, Public Facilities Management, Engineer, and the Sheriff's Department. Pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval on this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 89922.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 89922 has been adopted.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next is Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 922. Resolution authorizing the issuance, repayment, and extension of various interfund loans.
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Telerik with the Office of Management and Budget. This resolution is part of the annual review by the Office of Management Budget for various interfund loans that are provided for cash flow purposes. This year's resolution includes the final repayment of the loan that was provided in 2018 for the purchase of the new video boards at Huntington Park. It authorizes the extension of 10 other interfund loans for another year that are still required for cash flow purposes, and would authorize a interfund loan from the general fund to the Emergency Rental Assistance Fund if one is required at the end of the year due to cash flow purposes, based on the timing of receipts from U.S. Treasury. Pending any question, would ask your approval of this resolution.
I do have a question. Why would we put that in this resolution? Wouldn't we have a separate resolution for the potential of the rental assistance?
I think we had kind of just, as part of our annual review, since it was towards the end of the year, I think we had included here in the event. I think based on timing, we'll be working, actually, we have a meeting tomorrow, our internal work group, to kind of determine where we are on the spend down. So if we meet the requirements, to make sure that we can draw down the last $3 million from the Emergency Rental Assistance 2 program.
Right, I can appreciate that, but why are we doing it in this, why are we authorizing it in this resolution? Why do we need to, can't we just do another resolution, should that be the case?
I think the concern was with the last agenda being the 13th, that we probably even wouldn't know for sure at that date. It would probably be closer to the December 30th. So rather than having a separate resolution, I think the thought was just to package it with this one.
Sure, that's a legit request, but as you do it though, I don't want to speak for all the commissioners, but I'd like to know that that's happening. If that's the case, you guys should notify the commissioners and just let us know what it is and exactly what needs to occur.
Yep.
Kenneth Wilson, County Administrator, Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady. There's gonna probably be a number of year-end actions that you all are authorizing us to make these adjustments that would prevent us from having to call a special meeting between now and the end of the year. Therefore, we can report on those adjustments made. Either Director Talerick or myself will put together a memo correspondence on those adjustments we would have to make like this.
Yeah, that'd be great, and because I'm familiar with the annual part, but is there, so to authorize those other potential movements, or do we have to do another resolution, or is that covered in this resolution?
No, those will come later in the year, on the December 13th agenda, the ones related to the various fund transfers and kind of other cleanup resolution.
Well, you're
Yep.
Go ahead.
Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady, yes, I'm alluding to that next resolution as well that will come up on the last meeting of the year to allow the county administrator, OMB, and the county auditor to make certain changes to effectuate being able to complete the year out.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. It seems like when we get that resolution, you guys are pretty good at knowing basically around that time kind of what it's going to look like. So it caught me off guard that we're sort of projecting this one in, but I'm comfortable with your explanation. I just want I want you, if you could do a memo to the BOC, so just we know what that looks like when it happens.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm okay. Your explanation is legitimate and appropriate.
Okay. If there are no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 922.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
I'm sorry, one other question. I'm sorry, if you don't mind. I just saw something else. In the beginning of the resolution, it says authorizing the issuance of repayment and extension of various. So that that only covers what's listed in this resolution? I just want to be clear about that.
Correct.
Okay, all right. A second.
Moved and seconded, excuse me.
You already did that.
Yes.
I voted. You
Yes.
did
Resolution number 922 has been adopted.
Wait.
Wait, do
didn't
we?
vote.
You didn't
I
vote.
seconded.
Nope, you said,
Did we vote?
vote. I voted, you didn't. vote.
Okay.
yes, so,
Yes.
thank you. Resolution number 922 has been adopted.
Thank you. Are there any journalizations?
There are not.
All right, do we have any questions from any members of the media that are present or online? Okay, seeing that there are none, that concludes our meeting. Everyone have a great week.